Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thursday, Jay Foreman, DP Harrison once again on the ones and twos. We are old school on this Wednesday, Thursday. Listen, if you see Terrell Farley, 43, the black shirt, all you got to do is just ask him to shake his hand or rub a nickel for you, boy. You'd be lucky. That's my boy, though, man. Anyways, we're old school, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andermatt / Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the Metro or whatever you want to call it. 4 locations in the great state of Nebraska and always expanding.
You all right, Jay?
No, I'm not, man. I'm not.
Finally got him fired up. Backer versus backer.
That's my man. That's my dude, man. That's my dude, Farley.
I do like Farley. Farley cracks me up. He might be the funniest person.
And he ain't changed.
He
ain't changed. He ain't changed.
There's nothing wrong with that dude. That is funny.
He ain't changed.
And
the thing is,
funny.
Here's the thing that's crazy. He's about to be 50, but he came in school younger than me, like in a younger class. So we gotta have a discussion about that. No, but my man was Johnny on the spot, a great player. Obviously got into the Hall of Fame last year, but obviously a Hall of Fame dude as well. It's always good to see him joking around.
Are you in your high school's Hall of Fame yet?
Probably not. They like them checks though. And then they be having the nerve to ask like, "You want to come?" Nah. Number 6 put you guys on the map. I need to get that.
What high school are you from?
Eden Prairie.
Give me some alma maters. Great alma maters from there. What's your competition?
The number 1 is Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Bob Slaughter.
Yeah. When he went there, JD Spellman went there, and then we got a ton of football players, and then they had a hockey player that was drafted first round, won a couple Stanley Cups. But that only matters because of me.
It's the house of Jay Foreman built.
Hey, listen, all them dudes that go there would never have went there if I didn't go there. I broke the color barrier going up in there, 1980 something, 90 or whatever it was. But it's all good though. I still wish them the best. I think they play Friday night when Nebraska plays Minnesota.
Oh,
I think.
So what do? You go into town. What do you do?
I'm going to the Husker game. These dudes ain't got me in the hall. You need to name the field after somebody as much as I burn up. How many times we struck the band up there?
This is why I ask questions, because sometimes it needs to make sense, and I need to know why are you not taking care of Mr. Foreman?
Hey man, sometimes man, it's a good question.
Right?
I'd rather not answer. You know what I'm gonna say? Coach Grant's there. Mike Grant, he's done a really great job. And he's the face of the program. They still show my highlight tape though. I know that for a fact. Oh, what's his name, dude? The dude that plays for the Vikings, he's there, and then Blake Cashman.
Okay, Emmett Johnson. Gus Mohawk pointed out he's from your neck of the woods too, right?
Yeah. And but Blake Cashman played there. Carter Coughlin, both of them played at the Gophers, and Blake has been carving out quite the career. And he's playing for the Vikings right now, but he did really good. Played for the Texans. Has done really good for himself. So it's always good to see guys like that make it. He started off on a walk-on at the University of Minnesota. Should have been on a scholarship. There's a backstory to that I'll keep definitely in the back pocket. That's family business. Not me, but there was a kid that got a scholarship that shouldn't. He didn't. He walked on, bet on himself. PJ Fleck, when he got the job, because Blake was thinking about transferring, I was trying to get him to come to Nebraska. And he said that, the first thing I'm going to do is put you on a scholarship. And I think within a week that he put him on scholarship, I think he was all Big Ten, so forth and so on. Rest is history.
See, my high school, we have to alphabetize our alumni, notable alumni. We have to, you got to put them in different categories.
Yes.
Such other assorted whatnot. Like there's the Academy Award wing, right? Mm-hmm. Where all the Academy Award winners are there, where and these are some of the folks who could have been in the Athletic Hall of Fame as well. Then you have the pertinent speakers, government leaders, secretaries of state, and the other assorted whatnots. Then we have our Super Bowl MVP, mm-hmm. And then you have those people, those playmakers in the Super Bowl, those guys, those game changers. We got that section.
We got a pre-section from Cedar Catholic we can highlight. Some great draft picks to the Catholicism for sure.
No, I don't know that anybody else has 4 Academy Award winners. Like, that's pretty impressive for a little tiny school from Arlington, Virginia. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know what's up in that water, up in that Northeast region.
Greatness is in that water. Harrison Orange, greatness. Greatness. Look, man, we gave all the look when you can say that Warren Beatty was your starting middle linebacker and shortstop. Hey man, he was only be cheered on by, you had an Academy Award winning actor being cheered on by an Academy Award winning actress. I mean,
were you guys like a fine arts?
Yeah,
like really good fine arts school as well?
We were an exceptional arts school is what we were. No, think about this. Look, I can say this, and it's absolutely, I had an Academy Award winning actress cheer for me. She was cheering for me. As a matter of fact, She put candy in my locker on Friday morning. So they would decorate our lockers.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, did they do that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would decorate your locker.
Seniors,
right?
Yeah.
So my locker was decorated by an academy. Like, there are pictures of Sandy in my locker putting candy in there. Like winning.
So yes, Harrison, you went to a fine arts high school. Mine was straight. That was fine arts high school. Mine was straight. Get in where you fit in.
Well,
scholarship or bust.
So we had a weird dynamic. The public school was the fine arts school, and we were
not fine arts.
We were pretty rubbish.
We were not fine arts. We just happened to build greatness.
Well, I was wondering if you got like
Jake
Academy
Scott.
Award
So Jake
winners.
Scott. So Jay will tell you, and we don't talk about Jake Scott enough as a great football player. But when a safety wins the Super Bowl MVP, he had a game.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Scott was a bad dude, and if you ever saw the funny Jay, when Jake Scott took that helmet, like in the uniform, he looked like the baddest dude on the planet. He took that helmet off, and you see he had that smooth, skinless, hairless middle part of his head at age 33. Jay, he had no hair in the middle of that helmet. Right. No hair, but he back there picking off Terry Bradshaw and Kenny Stabler. It's funny, and he looked that way in high school. That's what's
He was on the Dolphins, right?
Yeah. He won the Super Bowl MVP. He was. I want to say he had 14 interceptions his senior year at my high school. Before he went to University of Georgia.
Jeez.
Yeah, he thought he was going to play quarterback at Georgia. They were like, "Nah, go get over there at safety."
You're picking off 14.
Pick some passes off, bro. Go back there and defend people. But we had some Eric Sievers that Jay Foreman probably would know, tight end for the Chargers. He was the counter to Kellen Winslow on one side, Eric Sievers on the other with Dan Fouts in that offense. Reggie Harrison, who blocked the Cowboys punt in the Super Bowl, blocked it in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my running backs coach in high school. Crawford Palmer, who was the starting center on that Grant Hill, Christian Laettner Duke team, and his older brother Walter Palmer, who was the fifth number 5 overall pick for the Utah Jazz at 7'1". Yeah, we had some folks come through. You can honestly say it was not bad. Not bad for the smallest 6A in all of Virginia.
What was your graduating class? Pop like size?
I want to say it's like 600.
Okay, so that's not massive, but that's
no.
decent.
We were the smallest 6A in Virginia, and Jay, it was that kind of deal. Like we would go play against Hubert Davis and Lake Braddock, and Lake Braddock would bring 98 players. We would show up with 37.
Oh yeah, y'all was a small school.
Yeah, like most of our folks played both sides of the ball. They run in fresh bodies. So for the first 3 quarters, Jay, we were in it with anybody in the state until that fourth quarter when that fatigue started to hit in. You going 2 ways, they going 1 way, and got triple reserves that you have. Yeah.
You're probably going 3 ways. Special teams too.
I had to Google. I forgot. I didn't even know some of these dudes are from Eden Prairie. Kenny Stills from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Nice.
Jermaine Johnson, I do remember him because actually Nebraska fumbled getting him. He was a first-round pick. Ended up going to Georgia, then Florida State. And then a couple esports guys and Nick Lady.
Esports?
Yeah. Nick Lady is a professional hockey player. He was like 17 and won a Stanley Cup.
You did have, because you were telling me you went to the guy that would drive up to the parking lot with his brand new car, the hockey player.
Yeah, Mike Madonna. He wasn't from Eden Prairie, but he was drafted by the Minnesota North Stars. Then he would, be out after school. I ran into him at the East West Shrine game. Yeah, you just never know. Sergeant Slaughter. I remember I seen his big old head up in there though.
Bob Slaughter, man, that had to be something. The greatest jaw in all of sports. What a great dude. Well done, Jay Foreman. And
yeah,
but we need to.
We got Olympics winners. I know all that.
Harrison, we're going to start sending letters to Eden Prairie High.
Hey, here's the thing.
We're going to tag them on social media.
I just Googled the famous people that got me on here. They got some white dude on here. English comedian, singer, songwriter.
Another Jay Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably do need to send some letters.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Oh man.
Yeah, Mark LaVore. I used to babysit him. I wouldn't call him famous. He went to. No, I'm just playing. He's a good dude. He went to Notre Dame, though.
Oh,
that's why he gets hate.
That's so good.
That's why he gets hate.
That's fair enough. Notre Dame is.
No, it was good. He was a good player. I think he played in the league a couple years.
Are you excited though? It's preseason. We got 3 games.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's
3 games tonight.
Yeah, you got games tonight, and then Cleveland's doing what Cleveland does.
They're interesting.
They just said, you know what? The owner says I didn't want to draft him, and they say, we're gonna stay. I just wonder why you try when you're crappy like Cleveland. Okay, number one, you gave Deshaun Watson $250 million of free money.
Yeah, you saved the.
So he's not even around. Okay. And then you draft Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round after you drafted somebody in the 3rd round. Your owner says, I wasn't a part of it. You know damn well you in the meetings in the war room. Okay. And then you have some injuries or whatever, and Joe Flacco is going to be your starter. Okay. This is what you're selling to people. Then you say, okay, Joe Flacco is not going to start. We're going to start Shedeur Sanders, but we're going to start you and only let you practice with the ones once. And when they practice, it was like a walkthrough. So why would you try so hard to set a dude up that for failure if you didn't even want it? Why even draft him? You could trade him right now because somebody needs a quarterback. Heck, Teddy Bridgewater just signed with Tampa Bay, so you could have let him. This is what you're doing as a billionaire owner. I mean, because it's your decision. You're the owner.
Oh, the Browns make I don't know. They make zero sense to me because it's not about winning, and it's.
And
the marketing point is really bad too. If it's for marketing, it's like you're not setting up Shedeur for great success here. And if you're trying to make money off Shedeur, not really care about the wins.
Who else is they going to do it that they're going to make money off?
Dylan Gabriel. I don't know. Like I don't know what the Browns' plan is at all.
I don't think they have one. They need to move again.
Where would they move to?
Whoever in the next expansion, they need to move because they're not representing the original Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns was like an original, blue blood franchise.
Mm-hmm.
NFL was built with the Cleveland Browns, and this isn't even about Shedeur. You can just talk about, drafting Johnny Manziel. Then you draft the dude from Oklahoma State that's like 28 years old, and then as soon as he doesn't do good, you get rid of him, and then you turn around and draft Baker Mayfield, and then say his arm strength is bad after he played led you to the playoffs with a torn
and won a playoff game.
Yeah,
he won
a torn rotator cuff. Excuse me. And they were in the game against Kansas City Kansas City. And you're like, all right, you got bad. Your arm strength ain't that good. And he played with a torn rotator cuff. You don't have any zip on the ball. So you get rid of him, send him into the abyss. Then you turn around and give Deshaun Watson $225 or $50 million after Houston sent him home and paid him and kept him on the active roster. And then you turn around and give him get fully guaranteed.
That's where what were the Browns thinking in that situation? Like, it's not that bad. Like, that is a crazy move.
Oh, they just joking?
Well, I don't know if they were just like, we're super foolish and we're like, we don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, it'll blow over.
They
and then the details came out and it was like, what'd you guys
They thought they were in the armpit of America. Oh, they won't come here and ask any questions. They won't come to Cleveland. They don't have any direct flights. Man, there people was in there from in the droves. And then the best part is, I doubt the head coach wanted him because they didn't even run an offense that's suitable to Deshaun Watson's skill set. He's more of like he was when he was pushing Patrick Mahomes for the MVP at one point in time. At one point in time, they were saying that he was better, and obviously it was a different parts of their career. It was more like the RPO type of what he did in Clemson, and now you want him to be like a West Coast. You got the head coaching job. You hired the coach that coached Kirk Cousins in Minnesota's offense. And then you give him a quarterback that runs something totally different. But you're telling people that we're trying to win. Like when you have fan day or whatever, yeah, we're trying to win. No, you ain't. You'll be picking number 1 next year. So who is it? The guy from Clemson?
Yeah, Klubnik.
Yeah. You're up next, buddy. Whoever it is, who was it? K Club Nick, Arch. Because I could.
Arch Manning. I can see the Browns just.
Oh, listen, I can guarantee Peyton, Eli, Cooper, and what's the grandfather's name? Archie Manning. Yeah, Archie. They go like, no. He definitely is not getting drafted by Cleveland. They must wait.
Well, he said they're skipping the draft. They're skipping next year's draft.
Yeah, you want to know why?
So
you know why he did that?
Cleveland.
Yeah. He said, why would you? You already got family legacy money. You're probably going to get, if he does decently well, he's going to get an upgrade in money at Texas. So why would you even risk that the Cleveland Browns would draft him? His career would be over.
Oh, that's crazy. That is just it.
And he called the NFL and said, listen, you know he's not going to Cleveland. So Cleveland's going to be the worst team. I don't care if they got Myles Garrett. They're not winning. He's not going. We're just going to stay here.
What if it's Panthers?
He would probably go there.
Jaguars?
I think he would. I think they would.
Browns like the one where you're just avoiding at all costs is the only one.
Whoever's coaching and the rest of the season matters. Right, it'll shake out.
They could force them to fire. They won't fire Jacksonville's coach, but he's an offensive coach. This is what people don't understand about it's a perfect example. The Mannings could manipulate the draft and tell you what they were going to do. That we're not going to San Diego. San Diego's ownership had some issues, but then he went to the first-class organization, the Giants. Dion tried to do it, and they were like, "Oh, no, I'll play it. Not right now." But now with Arch, it's about ownership. These guys, they know what happens on the field 99.9% of the time starts at whoever the owner is. Because it's like water that goes through the foundation. It just seeps down in there. Now, some of it's like just a dam and just comes straight down there, but it seeps down in there. How the owner treats people, how he views how to do business on a day-to-day basis goes into who he hires as a GM or a CEO, CFO, and then it goes into the head coach, and it's the standards that's already there.
Necessary information. It's the business is changing.
Yeah.
Access to information certainly is changing it, right? Because now you can communicate more frequently and more easily with those people
from college to pros.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting times.
These athletes have a really, I hope they use their, I guess, stature, brand, power the right way. As long as you do it on the field, you have their eye, you have their ear, and you do it right off the field. And I think with Arch, which is different, it's kind of like the first family. You've seen it done with Archie. You've seen it done with Peyton. Then you saw it with Eli. So it's an easy investment, and it's sellable. Nothing can rehab the Browns except for potentially a change in ownership. The only way you'll lose an NFL franchise if you do what Daniel Snyder did and tell on everybody and then threaten everybody and have them follow. He had owners followed, and those are just really because they could get mad at each other. Like they were mad at Jerry Jones for a while, right? Because he'd run his mouth and doing some stuff. But they got it. All right, man. They got together on their, $1 million yachts and had a couple drinks and got it together. One got on a helicopter, flew back to land. It's cool, right? But if Cleveland's stuck because of things that are out of the player's control. And that's what people don't understand. It's just that it starts at the top, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's Baker Mayfield's situation. They finally had a road out. And they turned around.
And he's lucky, man. He's lucky that he got to the Rams.
Yeah.
Played well under not ideal circumstances.
What do you have, 24 hours once he landed?
Resurrected his career, and then he went from he's a bust, and then everybody kind of felt sorry for him, and then he rolled that into the bank. And now look at him down in Tampa. They're like, all the leadership's good. He's the same dude that he was in college.
And Tampa's probably you could probably know better than I do, but it feels like one of the best run organizations or one of the better run organizations in terms of how they treat their players.
But that changed when they got Tom Brady. Probably before, but, you got to think Tampa at one point in time, they had the staff infection.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and so they had it. They had some lean times, but they worked at it though. They actively worked at it. The Glaziers actively worked at it. You know, Jason Light and them, and they kind of did it. You know, it is what it is. I mean, on the flip side, you know, real quick, DP. I know you obviously Sterling Sharp went into the Hall of Fame, and one of his things that he was saying that when he got hurt, I watched the game when he got hurt, or both of them, that nobody from the Packers called him. Now on the flip side, of all people, Mark Shimura said, which is true, he was above everybody else. He knew it. He pretty much said he was a horrible teammate. That's why nobody called him. I would have still called. I've had some bad teammates and they got hurt. I still called them. But there's probably more to the story. What people don't understand, once you get hurt in the NFL, like look at what happened to Peyton Manning in Indianapolis. He's a top 10 quarterback, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They shipped him out quick. They do not care.
Well, the business has to go. It's the old North Dallas 40 line. When one calls it the business, one calls it a game. When you call it a game, the other one calls it a business.
Yeah.
It's constant in that you're dealing with that dilemma. And the players, there are times you want it to be a game. There's times when you want it to be business, and you have to act accordingly. Well, for the administrators, teammates, coaches, sometimes the game needs to be treated as business and vice versa.
Yeah.
It doesn't always fit your particular want, need for that particular moment.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it was a lot different back then, and obviously, but the show must go on. And the pros, they do not care. I mean,
and it's funny too because Sterling is likable
now, not before though.
Well,
not before the DP. I could take 1,000, but not before. Yeah. And I think that, but also, is it totally his fault? You know,
he was a country boy. He was really super country boy.
Right, totally his fault in Green Bay. Didn't really have anybody to mentor him, and then you blow up, and then it's a lot. So it's not really totally his fault. But Mark Shimura, of all people, was that's the last person.
It was. Who was running back on that team? Was that
they weren't very good back then. Remember, it was all like Vince Workman and all those dudes.
I originally met him
Dorsey,
through Don
Levins,
Mikowski. I met him through Don Mikowski.
Vince Workman?
No,
or
Sharp.
Yeah.
And then he would come. He would always be at the Hootie events in Myrtle Beach. And in that environment, he was as cool as the other side of the pillow after the game, right? Humbling.
Yeah.
The humbling that happened.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
But he and his brother were country boys. And I don't mean country in that cool kind of way. I mean Geechee, South Carolina country, where outhouse, but he tells a story that, listen, we were out there in them fields, man. That's how we had snack money, was to go get out in the field and pull alfalfa with your bare hands in 100 degrees. That's those are different folks altogether.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He was always, cool, but I know that like while he was playing, it was a little different.
Yeah.
But that's anybody. You catch somebody on the wrong day.
You caught Farley on the wrong day today.
Yeah, he always
Sir.
I told Farley, man, I'll fold you up like a 4th grade love letter, man.
Sir.
So anyways, we'll take a quick break, come back.
Orange.
I know, isn't he? We're gonna talk a little bit.
Stoke the fires. But.
We're gonna talk a little bit NFL news with preseason. What to expect. Obviously, Ty Robinson's about to get busy with the defending champs. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. 2 more segments before we jump into Thirsty Thursday with my man Kevin Meyer, Cork and Bottle, 13th and South. A lot going on. You got NFL preseason tonight. So, for these guys that are from Nebraska, either that got drafted or getting the chance, it's their first time of going out and being an adult. Because you're not going when you go through and you run out to the stadium, it's not like they used to get in Nebraska.
Yeah,
you got to be self-motivated, you got to be focused, and you got to be driven. And it's a business. I mean, like DP says, you're playing for a check. So the great thing about it is that, hopefully you've done enough in practice. I know there's not 4 preseason games like it used to be. So hopefully, in all these different situations that, you'll be able to get a lot of tape. If you don't make it there, you'll be able to make it somewhere else. So, but it's definitely a unique time. They all should be excited and be interested to see how they, do when it comes cut time, whether it's practice squad or active roster.
What are you really looking for when you watch preseason?
Well, they don't really play the starters, but it'll let you know a little bit on depth. But if they do play good on good, maybe seeing for young players that they possibly you're going to work in. It's like you're able to see a lot more of the co-practices they do, and that's probably like the biggest tell that lets you know they pretty much play a game. Situational football, good on good, a lot more in practice than they do in the game. So I think the preseason is just for guys that you want to make a team, which is, in our case, all the Nebraska players. You want to see them get in, play well and get a lot of tape. You don't learn much out of the preseason anymore.
Is it really? I mean, is it a chance for? So would you have had the same chance to excel now as you did then? With the way camps are running now, you would have had fewer opportunities to show up, right?
Well, they put a big emphasis on the practices against other teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my chances would have been just as good. The difference is, I don't know if they share practice tapes because then you're sharing your plays. So realistically, it's probably a little bit harder. I mean, now granted, I think. When I was in Buffalo, one of the first things they said, John Butler, the GM, was like, you young guys are going to play. And, if you don't make it here, we like to keep everybody in-house with the practice squad and everything. And so you'll put on a lot of tape. So if it's the same situation, I feel like my tape would have been good. But it wouldn't have been 4 games. And so, your first game, you're kind of just tiptoeing around. And then, your second game, you want to see a uptick in playing, and then the third game back when I played is the hardest because I wasn't a starter yet, and so the starters play 3 quarters. So you're getting in just on special teams, sitting around for 15, 20 minutes, a punt, sit around for 15, 20 minutes, halftime, run down on kickoff. Hopefully you get them to return it and maybe be able to make a tackle, sit for another 15 minutes, and then now you got to go out there and ball out for the last quarter.
To be seen and otherwise. But here's what we were talking about the other day is there now a limit, like a cap, a number cap, a percentage cap of hitting to the, take it to the ground type of hitting in camps?
Yeah. Just doesn't matter if you're co-practicing or whatever. I think the NFL rules of however many padded practices you can have, how many practices you can have back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And they do get a true off day. So like I told you yesterday, like, Denver pulled the plug real quick. It's like, Mike Shanahan was like, oh, I need these guys, for the rest of the season. Dom Capers was like, I want to practice every day of the week. And an off day back then was essentially meetings all day, high-speed walkthroughs, and then another regular walkthrough. Now, you'll see it on Hard Knocks. These guys will be at home, for a day, a true day off. So they've relaxed the rules. They don't hit as much. They don't practice as much in the off season. You truly aren't obligated to be there. The required, unrequired time off season workouts. But I would always tell players, like, this is your job, and every city that you're in is a big city. And so you'd rather, the more they see you, the more they like you, and the more that you'll bring up, build that equity. Now, granted, if everything's equal, a guy that's committed being around versus a guy that's not, they're going to go with the committed guy. And so, being in Buffalo or Houston or anything like that wasn't a problem for me in the offseason, but they get a lot more time off.
And how does that play out for Nebraska, their summer camp?
Well, I think NCAA rules they can't hit as much. And so I think,
Like, is there a number? Do they tell them how many days they can go full?
I don't know. I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure, it's not. I mean, look, I think when I saw them on the internet, they were, like spiders. And the first day with Coach Osborne, you going live, full pass, right out the rip, 7 o'clock in the morning practice.
Let's go.
Yeah. Good morning, my friend. You going 2 days? I think when Coach Osborne, when we were, I think we might have went like 14 days of 2 days. Wow. And then we'd go full pads ones, half pads. But again, it's about practicing. I mean, I don't know if we went a lot of live, like tackle to we did some. But if you're working on cut blocks with linemen, you got to have your, knee pads and thigh pads in. I know that nobody wears them now. And then, we probably like to think that we practice just as physical in half pads and full pads. So it really wouldn't have mattered. I think, like we talked about some yesterday, I think if you are physical and it's a mentality that you built up all off season and just who you are in day-to-day life. Now, granted, having pads on is different, and that's more of a leverage thing and a commitment thing. But I think if you're physical and you're committed, then it's not really going to affect how you practice.
So you're saying that the defensive team wanted full pads, and the offense was cool with shells.
They never wanted to do it. The offense always had excuses. They always had excuses. And then they also had Coach Osborne dictating when he'd make sure they were successful. And the linemen back then, they cut block you, and then you're playing the cut block, and then they blow you, or they just Peter roll you up out of there. So
knee to the head.
Yeah.
Knee to the head. Go and put it down there.
Yeah, and they tried to punish you back then too.
Gotta put that knee. Gotta put that helmet down there.
Yeah.
Let me run this knee and fully kneed pad across it.
Well, if against a cut block, the guy, you got to take like the hard part of your hand here, and you got to punch him in the head with it. And then they won't cut block.
See, and you notice how quickly he found that hard spot on the palm of his hand.
Yeah,
he knew exactly what needs to land.
Yeah, if you get cut a couple times, you're gonna figure out. You have to discourage them from doing it
without saying it.
Yeah, you got to. Like I'll even say, when I played against Marcus Pollard and he cut me one time, I kicked it. I just accidentally, like the Indomitius, I had to remove my foot from his face mask.
He Randy Orton punted.
No, I wanted to, but it happens. I mean, it's more of a position blocking game right now. But when you play against dudes back when I played, man, they tried to punish you.
Sometimes they, are asking for it.
Because the reason why they tried to punish you, because they wanted to sit in their meetings and laugh. Just like DBs, this is the difference between the NFL, and at least from my experience in college. Like, there was guys that would, like, if you played in Nebraska, you had to tackle. But you get these little DBs in the league. They love interceptions, they love pass breakups, but they trying to blow. If they blow somebody up, that's why you see them up here celebrating and doing all that stuff. They live for that. A guy named George Wilson tried me down in Miami, tried to get me on the sneak, and he jumped and tried to hit me, and I actually caught him and powerbombed him.
Did you ever ear hole somebody, Deacon Jones?
I've had some big hits. I don't think I've hit anybody when they weren't looking.
Like that open-handed smack.
Oh, you mean like the head slap? Yeah, a couple, but it wasn't, like Deacon Jones. He would be suspended right now.
Harrison, as painful as there is.
Yeah. I played with a guy named Daryl Porter, a little DB. He actually was from Boston College. His son's Daryl Porter Jr. He coached Patrick Surtain Jr. and his son Daryl Porter Jr., who's with Buffalo. That's who he coached in high school. Those are his two corners. But he was a little, but he would hit you though. And he would he would tape his forearms all the way literally up to his elbow. But then when he had this, like, so in the league, like if you know how they have those wrist guards now?
Mm-hmm.
So they just would take plastic, heat it up, form your whatever position they wanted your wrist in and do it. So he had it.
The plaster of Paris.
Plaster right here on his forearm. Yo.
Oh.
When he used to hit cats with that fork, he was dropping them like they were getting tasered.
Yeah, that feels dirty right there.
It's the old-fashioned thing that used to be under your cast. The stiff part, and then they'll wrap the gauze and stuff around it.
So is that what Glover was doing back in the day, or was his just straight tape?
They were the Raiders. Phil Villapiano tells the story that their MVP, their Super Bowl year, was the equipment guy because he would soak the gauze in this plaster of Paris mix, and then he would wrap the forearms, and Villapiano would just come up and just him and Matuzak and company, man, they would just throw that forearm at you.
I mean, DP, we call him DP. He'd come down there and somebody try to block him on like kickoff. It was like almost he shocked him. Boom, down.
See, I just need to get your attention long enough to get by you.
Yeah, but they were asleep though. Man, but the game is totally different, obviously, for obvious reasons.
That's where your dad was out there spinning.
Yeah, he was out there shaking and baking.
Let me get away from these people.
But guys, I mean, that was it. You were head hunting back then.
I need to at some point we need to ask your dad about playing that Raiders secondary, what that was like.
Mm.
Well, my grandma was alive. She told a story about John Madden. And so my dad was getting busy on them cats. And my dad will tell you that, like, he told me a story. They went to both teams at the Super Bowl. And so there's like some sort of function that they both go to. So Bud Grant, he was real strict, and he's like, we got to dress, and we got to have a suit on, and you can't, you got to dress up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my dad said they had the Rose Bowl pull up like some function. The Raiders out there in biker suits, with like leather on and stuff, like they, the Hell's Angels. And so my grandma was saying that she could hear John Madden because my dad was, starting to get loose a little bit. He was like, break his legs. He wants to break his legs. We got to stop him. I want you to break his legs. And then my grandma, she ain't played no big. She was mad. It was funny. She was all upset about it and, whatever. But yeah, it's yeah. He said he played. I asked him about Dick Butkus, though. He's like, yeah, I played against him at the end of his career. He won nothing.
No, stop.
But when Dick Butkus was at the end of his career, he could barely move. But he said Dick Butkus tried him though. So what Dick Butkus' thing was, he would come up to he's like, hey, he was the biggest dude, like linebacker, and he would spit like supposedly like to try to intimidate you.
Right.
But he said Dick Butkus back then he wasn't nearly the Dick Butkus that he was.
Just mentally, not physically.
Yeah. Yeah, but he tried to drop the hammer on you.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's still the GOAT. Butkus is still.
Oh, he was cold-blooded.
Butkus is still the GOAT in the middle.
He's got some of my favorite interviews still. I think it was like his Hall of Fame speech. He's
so
fell in love. He's like, yeah, just like hitting people. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
When he hit Sanders from Detroit, he killed him.
Yeah,
and it was because Sanders peeled back on his teammate.
Charlie Sanders. It played tight end for the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
And he knocked one of his boys out, and then Dick Butkus was like, who did it? He's like 88. 2 years later, he was out, man. Cold.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give you these 15 yards, but you going night.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, you waking up next week. Yeah. Yeah, they said, Dick Butkus, he was
Butkus, Nitschke, who's the other Eagle that played both ways?
Bednarik or whatever.
Chuck Bednarik.
Yeah.
Like this, we need to
Mad
spend
Dog, Mike Curtis.
We need to spend a day going back
Jack
to
Lambert.
the real old meat and potatoes linebacker.
Yeah.
Just talking about the old meat and potatoes, because people get caught up now and think we got some dudes. No, them cats,
ruthless.
Ray Nitschke and company. Yeah, we need to talk about them folks.
They try to pile drive you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dead serious though.
No, I played C2. I peaked there.
They trying to, like, when you played against the Soul Patrol with Ricky Jackson and them,
Ricky Vaughn
Johnson and them,
Lamar Lathan
and Pat Swilling. And then and then when you played against, and I'll say it real quick because I know we got up against the clock. Like, here's the difference. When you go against some of remember when Baltimore Ravens had Glover, Jonathan Ogden, they had Zeus, and they had the big Blackshear, Willie Blackshear. So they had I think they were all black offensive linemen, right? Yo, they were trying to murder you, Harrison. I'm talking about like anything possible. You running away, club you in the back, like elbow in the back of your back. They were trying to break you because they thought it was funny. I'll say this real quick because we had Troy Evans on. Troy Evans got peeled back on. Jonathan Ogden runs over, looked over. He's like, "Young man, you got knocked the blank out." He's like, "But you got up though."
Real quick, I want to get this from Dirty Tony and the boys because he's true on that. That era was the closest to the NFL Blitz video game that there ever was.
It was.
You look at the tape; it's insane.
Just go back and find the old CBS NFL Today intro. Just the hits, man.
People would be appalled.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So good.
I sometimes tweet out the picture when I hit Michael Pittman. His helmet flew off. And I asked him, like, "You woke up from your nap?" Yeah.
Leave that
Anyways,
man alone.
man. Yeah, he had them big old arms, though. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. We're going to get back on schedule. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Trying to get back on schedule. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. Story time of the old days, man. People probably think, like, you know what their first thing think? Oh, they were a lot slower back then, so you had to hit harder.
No, sir.
I think they looked slower because they were hurting more.
And the video looked like it was always slower. But,
that's
a big part of it.
That was the production side.
Yeah.
It was always because they wanted you to feel the hit.
Well, it's also they just didn't have the capability to shoot 60 frames a second.
Yeah.
You drop that down to 30, all of a sudden everything looks slower. You're just losing frames.
You can see Terry Bradshaw's head getting suplexed onto his neck in slow motion.
Back then, the big thing was until the NFL realized, like, the quarterbacks, pretty much was like Peyton Manning and them, that you guys were the league. It was, you would have a stat of QB hits if you weren't getting sacks, but you hit the quarterback. I mean, we kept stats on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what even at high school, like, obviously it changed really quick, but in high school, that was the mindset of my coaches.
Yeah.
Still was like, go lay out the quarterback if they're not going to give it up.
At any point, it by any means necessary.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so now you can't even breathe on these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So
and even if they have the ball, you gotta roll off them as soon as they go to the ground. Like that's where it gets a little too soft.
Like in the NFL where you can't land on them directly and stuff. But
you put your body weight on him.
Yeah. as you're trying to tackle, and now they're really good athletes too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot different.
Well, it's like you got Lamar Jackson. It's like you got to try to like pull up the last second. Like, it's not great.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, we got Kevin Meyer Corkenball, Thirsty Thursday, bringing in some vibes. I think he's
here.
Oh, he's here. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, come back top of the hour. Kevin's going to bring in some libations and obviously a ton of information. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
Play ball!
Haymarket Park is buzzing with excitement this summer. Grab your crew and get in on the fun. Be sure to catch all the daily specials and promotions this season, like Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, Souvenir Saturday, Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts all summer long. Don't miss out on the action as the Lincoln Salt Dogs take on their biggest rivals and knock the ball out of the park. Visit saltdogs.com and see this week's promotions and grab your tickets.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Fuhrer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Fuhrer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwizo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Clean. I'd give it an 8.5. Clean. That's always a great sound. Get
Easy
this.
beat.
Did you guys know it's National IPA Day? Did you know
sir.
that?
No, sir.
I did not either. But it is. And so I had to bring in an IPA. And this is a brewery that is brand new to Nebraska. It's called Outer Range, and they're located in Frisco, Colorado. They have a tap room on a mountainside, and they were voted best small brewery in the United States here a couple of years ago. So we're going to have that. We're going to let that sit for just a second, because having an IPA before having a good red wine is not the greatest setup in the world. So we're going to do the wine first. And
Jay, you see the wrist?
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping them out right now.
Harrison, you catch the wrist?
You can learn from this, Harrison.
Right?
That's the way to be drip. Oh, I had one drip at the end. Sorry about that.
We did well.
Losing my touch.
Oh no, sir. So what are
do
you
we have here?
what are you serving, sir?
So this is a winery called Brady, and they are out of Paso Robles, California, Central Coast, and kind of an interesting story. So this guy was one of the inaugural students at the Texas Tech Enology and Viticulture program. And enology is the study of winemaking. Viticulture is the study of grape growing. And after graduation, he began winning all these awards as a Texas winemaker, and got hired away from Texas by a guy by the name of Robert Hall in Paso Robles, California, which is one of the wineries that helped put Paso on the map. And he worked for Robert Hall for quite some time, and then decided to branch out on his own. Bought a small plot of land, about 25 acres, nothing huge, but it has his fingerprint on it from start to finish. And what we're having now is a Cabernet Franc, which we don't do very often. It's not a prolifically grown grape in California. It actually comes from the Bordeaux region in France, and used to be the most prolifically planted red grape in Bordeaux. Bordeaux is kind of located in the southwest part of the country. And what happens is that they get these wild vines that pop up, just like we get, rogue corn and stuff like that around here. And the primary grape of the red varietal was this Cabernet Franc, and then it was planted adjacent to their primary white varietal, which is Sauvignon Blanc, and created a new grape type, which was genetically both red and white. And they began to experiment with it a little bit. and found that it had more finesse than the Cabernet Franc, but still had the intensity and ageability. And so they actually liked it better than the parent grape. And so they took the Cabernet from Cabernet Franc and the Sauvignon from Sauvignon Blanc and called it Cabernet Sauvignon, which is where that came from, and is now the most prolifically planted grape in California. So this is the daddy grape of Cabernet Sauvignon, done by Brady Vineyards out of Paso Robles, California.
Full.
Yeah. It's
full.
It's supposed to be full. It's supposed to be rich. A lot of times too, it can be kind of tannic, where you get that sort of sandpaper vibe on your tongue. This one's a little smoother, I think, because Paso's a little bit warmer climate, so the wines there drink in a riper quality. I think they developed just a little bit more RS prior to RS residual sugar prior to harvest, what they call bricks. And so generally, what happens is that the grapes are fermented about half the level of bricks that they started. So if a wine started out at 28 bricks, to ferment it dry and have it balanced, it's going to ferment out to about 14% alcohol before they'll stop fermentation.
Why does this taste so deeply Italian?
They grow it in Italy too. It has that sort of old world taste to it, doesn't it? This
Blanc with full loaves of bread, oil and vinegar. This is what this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the full garlic, Italian dinner.
Yeah. And just some cheese laying around, but yeah, like the Italian garlic butter where they just the olive oil and salt and pepper. And his wines are definitely kind of an old school throwback where they drink more like an old world wine, like an old Italian or French versus a riper style of California. And that's kind of what I like about it.
Harrison, this is when you're 75 years old and you're sitting around, pigeons are at your feet, and several bottles of this.
It's pretty good. I'm not like I usually keep it simple. Like the mountains are always good, but I like this. This is what you said is white and red.
Yeah. So genetically, the grape grows on the vine red, but genetically it actually came from both a red and a white grape. And so just like around here, we do corn hybrids. You've heard Hogemeyer Hybrids has been a partner and sponsor of the Huskers for a long, long time. Well, they create different corn types for different reasons. So some are hybridized to make fuel. Some are, and they do the same thing with soybeans too. And so essentially they just do the same thing with grapes. And we're talking several hundred years ago. So it's not like this is a recent phenomenon. But I just thought it was just kind of interesting, because it's not a grape type that you see very much. Plus, this is all estate grown, meaning that the Brady Vineyards, they only grow their own grapes. They're not buying grapes from other people, and they only make wine from the grapes that they grow themselves. So it really is a family deal.
This feels like an old wine. This feels like an old formula, an old grape.
That was good.
Feels like one I can handle.
Talking.
Like it's not too strong. It feels like it's sitting just right in the middle.
Yeah, it's smooth.
It doesn't feel blended.
Exactly.
It feels full. Yeah.
And it's 2022. So I mean, it's not an old wine, but it drinks like an old world wine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of part of the appeal. But yeah, I think
make you feel like a king, Harrison. Bring me my wine.
That's right. Have some fair maidens feed you some grapes, fan you with some palm leaves.
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
This is what the Don was drinking when they stewed tomato. This is is what it was.
Yeah,
we're making some business decisions going on.
Good cheesy lasagna or a nice ribeye off the grill, anything like that would be fantastic with a wine like that.
That's great. That really is.
These aren't cheap, but they're not expensive either. $27 every day.
That's really good. That's a good buy.
And something different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth it.
That's good.
What do you think, Jay?
That's fun. You guys are too busy talking. I was drinking. It was good.
Jay finished before all of us did.
Well, it's been a minute for me, and it's good to be back. But I forgot the tastings. The old restaurant guy in me was coming out. Like I've been at enough of these to go, yeah, that's familiar. Thank you, kind sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So Outer Banks out of Frisco, Colorado. This is their what they call In the Steep Hazy IPA, since it is National IPA Day. And this brewery, like I said, was voted the best small brewery in America. And this beer was voted in the top 20 best hazy IPAs in America. And if you think about the number of IPAs that are created in this country, I mean, it's got to be in the hundreds of thousands. Yeah. So for them to be one of the top 20 speaks volumes. So give this, I've said this before, for the longest time, all I drank when I was having a beer were IPAs. And I just sort of, I think perhaps hit critical mass. And so I've just mostly been drinking beer, beer flavored beer. And, but I figured it is National IPA Day. So let's bring one of the best there is. And that's 2 weeks in a row we did an IPA. We did Corn Coast from right here in good old Lincoln, Nebraska.
Good. We needed to be about 30 degrees colder for this.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah. You're knocking it, but or good about call. 20 degrees hotter for this. You know what I mean? It's
a sipper kind of beer. Yeah. It's got that bitterness.
You know what?
But it also has that kind of pineapple-y.
I was gonna say this is a 49er tailgate beer.
Yeah.
This is a 49er tailgate IPA.
This is Buffalo Bills too.
Are you talking midwinter at Buffalo Bill or just fall?
This is about end of September, first couple weekends.
Yeah.
In
55.
55, a little slight breeze.
Yeah.
Not for you Bears fans over there, Harrison.
It's all right. We don't need it.
No,
you gotta get that hawk off.
No. You're more the beer favorite beer.
When it's nice and crisp. This is a good Buffalo. This is a good Buffalo beer.
I wouldn't mind heading over to Buffalo having this though. It's not like it's a Chicago beer, yeah. But
you know,
get some real authentic wings.
You know, a guy
have some of this.
The Anchor Bar.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's where it originated.
Kevin, while you're here, what is your tailgate?
Yeah, what's your go-to? We know, first of all, before he gets in, homeboy can grill. My man, but the thing about him, everything the setup is magnificent.
Well, you're very kind to say so. Jay and I will occasionally text each other what we're grilling that night. if it's next level, if it's just every day, we not necessarily.
Harrison, you hearing this? They giving each other you grilling text.
Yeah,
yeah.
That does not surprise me.
We do. And in fact, last night I made my Foreman burgers with.
So, Harrison think we playing. Harrison,
I'm
no
serious.
joke over here.
It's great.
So you take a
Grilling.
raw egg and you mix it in with your raw burger. And then what I like to do is make them Juicy Lucy style. So you take what would be your normal patty and you ball it in half, and you take a little press and you lay down that lower level of burger, put some cheese in the middle. Then you layer down your upper layer of burger and you seal it all together so that cheese cooks inside the meat. And you grill it like that. But you got to start with the raw egg in there because that acts as a binder. It helps it seal so that the cheese doesn't all leak out while you're grilling it.
There it is.
Learn that from Mr. J. Foreman next.
There you go, Harrison.
You ever try firecracker burgers?
I've had every burger imaginable.
Okay.
I like those. Yeah.
Those are phenomenal. Those are my favorite on the grill.
Tell me what a firecracker burger is.
It's beef, and it's like, well, some people do 50-50. I usually do about like 70-30. It's beef and sausage. Yeah. And the same type of deal. You ball it up. You can put whatever cheese you want in the middle, and you just throw that on the grill. And then if you want to go over the top, get the pretzel buns instead of just your regular ones.
Right.
Firecracker burger. And I'll put like jalapenos inside mine as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say some peppers in there.
Yeah, really good.
All right. Yeah. Mama did the brioche buns, so we had those last night with the brioche buns.
Kevin,
yes, sir.
On your let's do you're tailgating.
Okay.
It's gonna be we're in Kansas City. It's 8,000 degrees.
I'm in the parking lot
during the day.
Okay.
So, but we got our IPA. We finished I'd have 6 of these. You'd have 8. Right. So I gotta catch up.
All right.
So I'm gonna catch up with my 2 while you're on the grill. What are you grilling for us while we're tailgating before we go into the game? So we probably start grilling about what 3:34. We gotta get in there for pregame, right?
Yeah. So you were talking like 7:00 kickoff.
8:00 because that's when they play.
8:00. Yeah. We're grilling at 4. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I think I'm going marinated Traeger wings. Put them on the pellet smoker.
That's exactly why I say he's the man. It's always wings before you go in.
Yeah.
It's always wings before you go in, Harrison.
Well, and you got to marinate them.
Preach.
So little cider vinegar, some olive oil, salt, pepper, and then add a little buffalo sauce in the marinade. And then you get those going on the pellet smoker. Get them nice and crispy. Get them fall off the bone, brown. but then you heat up some buffalo sauce in a saucepan and get that simmering really nice. And then you pull them off and you saute them in that simmering buffalo sauce. You dump them, it caramelizes that sauce, makes it stick to the wing, and that's what we're doing.
Right there.
It sounds really good.
Yeah.
No, all I want to know is that patio outside.
He said DP said when
that patio outside, we can plug in.
All right, you know what we're gonna do?
Tailgate. It is officially Kevin Meyer, the Uncle Kevin tailgate grill fest.
We're gonna do it for a away game.
All right.
Would you guys do a grill off, or are you guys on the same team?
We don't need to compete.
Okay.
When
everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. You got to think, Harrison, when you grill and you season your meat, and we got to take like guys like Jake Sorensen and Bach out of their box.
Yeah.
We got to show them the light.
Well, you see the texture says pork burgers, Fairway or Hy-Vee?
Fairway. Just give them the benefit of the doubt. They're a little spendy, but Hy-Vee's meats is off the chain.
Mm-hmm. So is Mercado's if you want to get some
Mercado's
prime meats.
Hey, that tomahawk, man. I mean,
their burgers are
they got good seafood as well.
The burgers and the sausage, their sausage. Like we grilled the sausage, and I was like, okay, you won, man. You won.
You got to have the fat content. That's all there is to it. You know, you do like those Wagyu burgers or something like that, or there is a pork like that too that has that. It's like the Wagyu of pork, and you make either a patty from that or a sausage from that. I think you're going to be solid.
So what's the first away game? Not KC.
Not KC. We got.
It's
Minnesota. Michigan's at
Maryland?
home. What's after Michigan? Is it? Might be Maryland.
Minnesota? Maryland?
I think it might be Maryland. Let me look it up real quick.
Doggone it.
I gotta go out there and get some more Maryland blue crab.
Yeah, Maryland's first road game after Cincinnati.
So second.
I got to go get it.
Minnesota. Well, but I'm going to be in Minnesota.
Next one would be Minnesota.
We could do it for Monday Night Football or something.
You know what?
At the end of the
UCLA.
day, we are grilling any day. We the can man. Any day we can grill, we will get it done.
So the first Monday Night Football game.
We the can man. You know what
Okay.
the can? Anybody can.
Let's work on it. Let's work on it.
Right,
Yeah,
Kevin?
let's work on it.
They can get it
Hey,
too.
how much are these IPAs, man? This is pretty good.
These are not cheap. They're $5.50 a can, or about $20 a 4-pack.
So it's an investment.
It was to get some prestige to it, though.
No, but this is both of those are worth every
worth it. But
sometimes
IPA.
when you spend the money, you can tell the difference, and that's where Uncle Kev comes in. Is that if you do spend the money, I'm going to make sure that you notice the difference.
Yeah.
That's my job, and so we don't bring anything in that isn't going to be worth its weight. We want everything we carry to punch above its weight class, and these I think both certainly do, even though they are a bit of a step up price point.
that is for sure.
Think about IPAs though. You don't need to drink as many.
Great
This is true.
customer service. But it's an investment.
Mhm.
You get this IPA when we have a goal in mind. We gonna get off. We're going
Jay's garage. Is where
we are going into the dark side, and we're going Aaron Rodgers. You won't see us till tomorrow.
It's like one of the ayahuasca things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the bubble guts, we're gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's awesome.
Let them know what's at the store, Kev. What are we looking for?
We are located at 13th and South Street. Look for the old school neon. We are Lincoln's oldest bottle shop. We've been on that corner since 1965. It's been in my family since 1978. I'd like to think that we have some of the best selection, but above and beyond that, the best service in the business, and that's what we pride ourselves on. So if you haven't been in the shop or haven't been in the shop in a while, you come see us and we'll take good care of you.
I vouch for that.
All in.
Thirsty Thursday.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by.
We need a hungry happy hour grilling.
Yeah.
Let's
grill
do
it
it.
with
We'll have
Uncle
to do
Kevin.
something. Yeah, we'll have to get
Grilling
out
with
there.
Uncle Kevin.
Yeah, text line's barking right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's hungry.
Yep.
After our conversation.
Kevin, he described it. Once I was just hoping he was going to say wings, and then once he said wings,
It was a wrap.
It was a wrap from that.
Can't go wrong with it.
Nope.
You got to do them right, though. They can't be rubbery. They got to be
You
crispy.
got to do them right, and it's filling, but it won't weigh you down. So if you're at a game or doing something else, you got to have to leave enough room, Harrison, so when you get in the NFL stadiums, you can still get some more beers in, all the way to the end of the third quarter.
Or Memorial Stadium, for that matter.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, Jay.
Yeah, Thirsty Thursday. We're gonna take a quick break. Jay Foreman, Kevin Meyer, Harrison, DP. Excuse me. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Copple's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Copple since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Haymarket Park is buzzing with excitement this summer. Grab your crew and get in on the fun. Be sure to catch all the daily specials and promotions this season, like Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, Souvenir Saturday, Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts all summer long. Don't miss out on the action as the Lincoln Salt Dogs take on their biggest rivals and knock the ball out of the park. Visit saltdogs.com and see this week's promotions and grab your tickets.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Fuhrer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Fuhrer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, the low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Glecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Appreciate Kevin Meyer, Corcovado, Thursdays, always coming in with wealth of knowledge. Obviously, great libations, but just his energy. And then, obviously, officially, a grill master.
It's in his Twitter handle. Yeah, I think it is Grill Master.
Yep, and
Grill Guy Kevin.
Okay, Grill Guy Kevin.
And he does it too.
He's not lying. Yeah.
And anyways, we appreciate him coming in, and then obviously as we get back on task, we got the NFL preseason tonight. We got about 10-15 minutes before we jump back into football because we'll cover some of the we'll cover some Huskers. I think Van Poppel spoke. Is it yesterday?
I think so.
Yeah, yesterday. We'll ask the text line, besides the known guys, and we'll name them, who is, holds the keys to Nebraska season. But then more importantly, we'll start to take a quick look at Cincinnati. They got a couple next level players. But before we get into that, I want to ask DP, because obviously a little bit over a year ago, you're traveling with the Supernovas. You really, really know. Obviously want to give a shout out to Love Volleyball, because they are a sponsor and they come in and help us out to deliver the news, but then more importantly, support us as we support them. And obviously, look, it just kind of went under the radar. We kind of touched on it a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Bird's, moving on from the Supernovas. You have John Cook coming in as like general manager, part owner. You have Jordan Larson in ownership. And then you have Supernovas. Correct me if I'm wrong when I'm going. Supernovas is joining, rebranding, but are they joining another league? And then
it's a merger between the Pro Volleyball Federation.
So that's Love Volleyball and Supernovas.
Love Volleyball is in its own
league,
yeah. And then you got Major League Volleyball and Pro Volleyball Federation joining together.
So we can catch everybody up. So Love Volleyball, is their league and the Supernovas league merging?
No.
So the Major League Volleyball, which was the idea and built concept of some other cities, including DC and Minnesota, Denver, that will be expansion programs. There'll be some other teams that try to get in, but imagine the pro volleyball folks. The Supernovas were a part of it. They left with the idea of going to Major League Volleyball, assuming that those teams would be ready to play in 2026. They were not. So they petitioned to get back in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Pro Volleyball Federation and Major League Volleyball said, hey, we're stronger together, because they do it. It's a little bit different volleyball in that they have an actual home schedule, home and away schedule, a full schedule of home games. Whereas Love Volleyball Nebraska, once Love Volleyball Omaha, will expand in the League One volleyball federation and group, which is owned by the league. So individual owners in Major League Volleyball, league owned and operated with local partners in League One volleyball. Nebraska, Omaha turns to Nebraska because it wants to be able to hold its home events around the state. So not just Omaha, it'll be Omaha, Lincoln, Kearney.
Okay.
So it can move around and play in events. And then different League One volleyball is AAU volleyball adjacent, right? That sort of volume of building talent from the bottom up. All of these teams around the country pay to be a part of League One volleyball.
And that's love volleyball.
That's love volleyball.
Okay.
League One, LO is League One.
Okay.
Volleyball, VB. That's what it stands for. And then the city or state that sponsors it and deals with it. League One has chapters all over the country.
They've probably been the most successful in
They
terms
are-
of starting it up.
They are travel, high-level, elite, high school and
Olympians as well.
college Olympic volleyball.
Okay.
What they wanted was a pro league and a pro American league that would allow those players to develop from the bottom up into this league and to give those American players a chance to stay home.
And that's what the Supernovas are.
Supernovas are in Major League, which is its own league. That's 8 teams. League One is in 108 cities.
Yeah.
Major League is currently in 8, expanding to 10.
Okay.
So it's
So it's 3
kind of
leagues.
so imagine. Well, no,
3
it's
leagues.
two.
It's
It's
the
2 leagues
merger.
now. It's League One and Major League Volleyball.
Okay.
Volleyball, Major League Volleyball, and Pro Volleyball Federation join.
Okay.
League One is its own freestanding, independent, super millionaire league. There's more. I would easily say there's more money in League One volleyball. There's more money, tighter union, higher level of play based on the players, the Olympic level players and the world class players. League One volleyball. If you look at the current roster, again, Jordan Larson being the outside hitter of renown with Lexi Rodriguez, that's League One volleyball. Then go to the Supernovas, where you have a different group of former Huskers who play, popular, good players in both leagues. It's almost the difference between the old USFL and the right that similar play, just different. It ultimately, at some point in the next 2 or 3 years, I would imagine that they all end up under one umbrella, some way, shape, or form. It's
So like
just the ownership
AFL
level.
and NFL,
Mhm.
ABA, NBA.
Yep.
So what's Coach John Cook's role?
He is now part owner and general manager
Yeah, he's got a
of
lot.
the Supernovas. In that portion, Jordan Larson is part owner
Yeah, I knew
and
that.
player in League One volleyball, Nebraska. So pretty interesting. Coach Bird Kuhn is stepping away from the Supernovas. Will allow that to play out and let them make statements as they need to make them.
She got her championship though.
She really did. She got as an interim assistant come in, take it over.
Yeah, because that was like
in the season.
like 2 weeks into the season, right?
2 weeks
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
season to start it, take the reins, win the inaugural championship in Pro Volleyball Federation. They finished second last year, so there was that. Or third was it third.
I'm not entirely sure if they made it all the way to the
Um,
championship. I'll double check.
But the opportunity with that. So again, Nebraska women's volleyball being the apex predator of women's pro volleyball. It is the place, the best fan base, the best financial support, all here in the state of Nebraska.
My man Magic, the Magic Man, wants to know, how is the competition compared to overseas? Are they comparable, or is overseas better because it's been around longer? And how does that fit?
Long term, a lot of the players. So Everett Gray, our dear friend, has a daughter, Alexis Gray, who is a world-class volleyball player. Played at BYU, was All-American, went pro over in Europe, has been a pro for, I want to say, 7 or 8 years. The money was greater internationally because those are fully established partnerships. Think soccer. Think world-level soccer. That
Right.
they have the same sponsors, and that, Madrid, Real Madrid being a women's pro volleyball group and paying at the level that the soccer players would be played, where the women's volleyball players were being played. She just signed with League One Volleyball, Salt Lake City, Utah, because Everett lives there. It made all the sense in the world. They pay more now, so it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
A couple of players from the Supernovas, as a matter of fact, one of their leaders played for League One Volleyball Salt Lake. There's some crossover between it, but internationally, it is more consistent only in the sense that those ownership groups have existed for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
So
playing catch up a little bit.
Yep, you're playing catch up a little bit, but a lot of those international players are now moving over because they want to play in America.
Yeah.
Right. So it will blend. It's like if you're playing in the G League versus and taking that guaranteed contract to be seen by the NBA and be seen by your family and friends, or going overseas and making 3 times the money with the risk, but also the fact that you're not playing in front of your family and friends.
Yeah. Magic, man, it's a lot like soccer. And then Dan from Canopy says if they played more games in Lincoln, they would break bread, which is probably true. I mean,
Omaha was selling out though.
Was it?
So year one with the Pro Volleyball Federation, the whole deal was whoever has the best attendance gets to host, and then Supernova's not necessarily selling out every night, but packing the place pretty well. So Omaha was.
But that was part of the friction, was that Omaha's fan base and numbers were great enough that it should have hosted the Final Four event again and didn't. And that was part of the friction.
And Supernovas, by the way, they did not make the championship last year.
So they made it to the Final Four, but then they lost. They lost to the eventual winners along the way. But that's kind of what Jay.
Kind of what you want, though, right?
Right.
I mean, you don't want a team to come in and dominate right from the get go. You want to kind of.
Well, there's jealousy. There's jealousy, right? That. Well, wait a minute. Supernovas, you're probably the biggest attendance on the streams. When it made Fox Sports 1 or ESPN2, you got the biggest viewerships. Of course you did. Would it have made sense to play that in the capital city or playing it in the place with a big venue where the volleyball fans exist? What would the attendance have been had the Supernovas played in Lincoln at PBA instead of in Omaha at CHI Health Center? But easier travel to Omaha. So if you're coming from and we did that. I did that road trip. I can tell you there would have been it was much more convenient traveling out of Omaha. Not convenient for me. If it was traveling out of Lincoln, you still would have had a connecting flight. Do you want your team to have a connector and to fly to either Denver or Chicago? Or do you go to Omaha and get a direct flight to Orlando, Atlanta, Vegas, San Diego, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, Lemon says, they really do need a merger for one league. I mean, I think volleyball, it's kind of like the WNBA. You really got to cash in on this.
They're making this is what's funny. The Supernovas make money.
No, I'm just saying. You have people watching, people, invested. Like you say, one league is stronger than one. So if you somehow can merge a whole bunch of teams and have more teams and have a really good tightened up product and work better together versus trying to work against each other.
The two different models in that, do you want a successful, safe business model, or do you want the major volleyball model where your Nebraska team gets 12 home games and a chance to sell those tickets, but also with the risk of getting to sell 12 sellouts is the risk that people stop showing up.
Yeah.
And if they stop, that's what happened in Vegas. That's what happened in San Diego. San Diego, championship caliber team. I can tell you the 3 times we went out there last year, there was nobody in the building. There's nobody in the building. There were more people in Columbus. Atlanta packs the place. Orlando packs the place.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't looked at Kansas City as a team.
Well, they did. And Kansas City's ownership, the individual ownership, when it's time to write the check,
they have other things to do.
Things come up and it becomes a thing. Kansas City made all the sense in the world.
Perfect.
Indianapolis was a part of the next group, the India Ignite or whatever it was. That was going to be the thing that was supposed to happen. But then when it comes time to write that big check, right? You got to write the franchise check. Then you got to write the arena check because you need the arena for 12 home games, right? And you better sell some tickets. Oh, by the way. And how many of those markets have a home-built volleyball base like Nebraska does. Not everybody does. Like you can go to Texas, go to Dallas, where you have Texas and Texas A&M, but even they had difficulty igniting the match and getting the thing done. League One volleyball doesn't have that problem because they already have the relationships and they already have the infrastructure in those cities. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, listen, they got the players, they got the college support, and they got the building already.
Yeah,
It'll have to blend. It'll take time.
Yeah, it'll take time, but it's obviously good that Nebraska former coaches, players, are big influences, in their roles, and that's always good. So,
The text line is right. This is, hey, good news. Lincoln has direct flights to Orlando now for $79. How can we use that for volleyball and football advantage? It absolutely plays out for volleyball. Orlando, the Valkyrie, that's a championship organization. League One volleyball, Orlando, valuable space. Let's say the Huskers get to Citrus Bowl. Let's try to. Yeah, we would like that very much. A reason to go to Orlando in
don't
December.
be canceling no flights, man. Like the last whatever that was.
Isn't that the bowl? What's the bowl game in Orlando?
I don't know. Oh,
there's two.
Outback.
Yeah,
Outback was. I know was one of them.
Yeah, there's a couple.
And they changed the name so much, so that there's really, you really don't know. But, anyways, good for DP to catch us up on it. Obviously, you wanted to make sure that we talked, extensively about the different leagues, different roles. Obviously, with Coach Cook.
Congratulations to both.
That's what it was. Pop-Tart Bowls in Orlando.
Yeah, and they just renamed it. Pop-Tart, yeah. So
congratulations to Coach Cook and Jordan Larson. Bravo.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, come back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through August 10th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice boneless New York strips for $8.99 each. Duroc whole bone-in pork butt $2.99 per pound. Colorado peaches $1.99 per pound, and Busch Light 30 racks $17.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232, GO99. to 32 32 32. Go 99 to 32 32 32. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Lecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. Quick segment here before we get to the 5 o'clock hour. Try to dive into some Husker audio. A little Cincinnati before we watch 3 NFL games. You got Indy at Baltimore. They got after it in practice. Cincy at Philly, which Joe Burrow is going to play a little bit. And then later on tonight, which is always good, Las Vegas Raiders at Seattle. So, you know, that's the nightcap. And then full slate on Friday. Yes or no? I want to ask you guys, and the text line as well. And we know we got a lot of Chiefs fans. Who's more dangerous? Or who do you feel better about possibly getting back to the Super Bowl? A vulnerable and wounded Kansas City Chiefs team that's trying to hang on to the aura that they created, or the upstart Denver way too real Denver Broncos led by Bo Nix and a head coach that says this team is ready to make a Super Bowl run.
Andy Reid and Mahomes still.
Andy Reid and Mahomes?
Yeah, I don't. Denver, I just met you. I just met you. I just met you, Bo Nix led Denver Broncos. No, not
yet. Maybe a year away.
There are too many other pieces, and there are too many other teams they got to go through. Like wait a minute, I don't know. They got to go through Buffalo first.
Also, the division's a little tougher. Raiders might not be such a joke as they used to be.
Well,
yeah.
Justin Herbert still plays in San Diego. That's a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
That's a playoff team.
As of last year, yeah, they were, and
they're
only going to get better too.
Right, that's a playoff team. So
there'll be a lot. There's going to be a couple good teams out of that division that are sitting home watching the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are. They got one. They have. I think they have one more run in them just because they know how to win. They pack a defense. They pack obviously with Patrick Mahomes, and I think that if this is Kelsey's last run, you're going to see he's going to give it a little bit. He's going to be. You can tell he's a lot more focused. Now I do think Kansas City has shown some chink in the armor, but I still think a motivated, shorter haircut Patrick Mahomes that's trying to prove everybody that he's still the guy. That's probably not what you really want.
Well, you just ranked him. Several people ranked him outside the top 5 quarterback.
Right. I mean,
what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, he's still that dude. They get Rice back. They got Juju Smith-Schuster. They got my man from Texas. They got Kelsey.
You drafted a guy.
Yeah, drafted a guy. They got a plethora of running backs. They re-upped on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And that defense is young, too. Chris Jones is in his prime, and he's dominant, and I'm sure he's going to be in a little bit better shape as well. And the biggest part is they have continuity from the very top.
They know how to finish.
But that continuity from the very top to the GM, to the head coach, to the star quarterback, on down, it's hard to beat on Sundays.
What does Buffalo have to do to move up?
Get out of their own way. I think they need to stay healthy defensively. I think Buffalo will be fine. I think Milano, you get him for a full year. And I think they ran the ball good last year at times. I think they just need to just get over the hump. I would have liked to seen them get a little bit more help. I mean, you got to think Amari Cooper's he's still chilling. He's doing the same thing we're doing. They need that guy that can go make a play for him because everybody's going to really be focused on Josh Allen. I just think.
So why haven't they went and got him?
I don't know. The money must not be money, and they're waiting. And plus, like a guy like Amari Cooper
could come available.
You can get him, and he needs 10 days to get ready.
I think that's what they're banking on.
Yeah,
I
think their lines
lines
of communications are there. They just gotta
give me your top 3 seeds in the AFC.
It's rinse and repeat. Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City. But it's not as much of a gap as it was last year. I mean, I think this is going to be the
and
most.
Who's for? Who's for?
You have to go with your khakis. You got to give khakis the benefit of the doubt. He's going to annoy you to death and say, all right, man, go ahead and win. So they're going to be well coached.
You let us hang out. You let us hang out close enough. We're going to go ahead and take them.
Yeah. And they signed your boy Keenan Allen back. That man has a 6 head.
First down.
Yeah, that man has his hairline is back here. Give big shout out to Keenan Allen. He's one of my favorite players. But we're gonna take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk a little Nebraska. Riley Van Poppel probably talked about the defensive line, what they want to do, and then obviously we'll look at what Cincinnati has, and then we'll forecast what we'd like to see out of my man Tyrone Robinson, and the rest of the Huskers that are going to be making their preseason debuts this weekend. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through August 10th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA Choice boneless New York strips for $8.99 each. Duroc whole bone-in pork butt, $2.99 per pound. Colorado peaches, $1.99 per pound. And Busch Light 30 racks, $17.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Last hour, Jay Foreman, DP Harrison, Old School on this Thursday. Once again, Thirsty Thursday. Want to give a shout out to Kevin Meyer Corcombato. Appreciate him coming in an hour ago. Libations, and obviously bringing his off-the-cuff cookbook. And then obviously we want to thank the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th in Andermatt / Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O's. So plenty of locations all over Lincoln, one in Omaha. Go in there. Don't be bashful. They got great service and great choices. But the only choice come August 28th, right? August 28th is for Nebraska to get that dub against those pesky Cincinnati Bearcats. I think they were 5-7 last year. Mm-hmm. You know, for Cincinnati, you know, they're thinking like, oh, it's a great opportunity to go play in Kansas City Chiefs stadium. You know, their stadium only holds pretty much 38,000 people.
Well, I think that coach feels the pressure as well. Yeah, like, I need to have a good year here.
It's not only the pressure, we'll get to that, but for the players playing in front of that many, that many fans, in particular, probably 80-90% in Nebraska, is going to play into Nebraska's favor, or it should. Cincinnati, when you look at it just right off of the top of your head, they bring back 8 starters on offense, 8 on defense, and obviously they got a defensive tackle, Dante Corleone. That is
the Godfather,
straight up for real. Pretty decent quarterback. I know last year they had a good defensive line or tight end, competitive team. You have a coach in Satterfield that's gonna look. He's his back's against the wall, and I always tell people this: like, look, the schedule is favorable. It's favorable mainly. Let's just say the time and the places that we play every game sets up potentially well for Nebraska, but you still got to go out there and complete the mission. When you play teams like Cincinnati, or the few times when Purdue, when Jeff Brom was the head coach and they were coming off that little bit down year for them, you knew that when they're coaching in this offseason, or what was an offseason, they're doing anything and everything to get better. They're probably studying a little bit harder, or they're just waiting for some guys to mature. And so that's where Cincinnati's at. Obviously, they went and hit the portal for guys that fit their scheme. They're in the Big 12 now. So this is different than when Luke Fickell was there, where you could dominate your league, get guys in your program, develop them for a few years, and then obviously be able to compete at the national level. Now, whereas Cincinnati, week in and week out, they are in a tougher conference, and they are starting off their season, against Nebraska. And so, they pose a problem just because they have 8 guys on offense and 8 guys on defense that have played in this system, played together, and they understand where they're at for the coach that, that's on, somewhat of the medium warm, lukewarm, or a true hot seat. So that's where they would pose a problem. I think player for player, talent for talent, size, speed, strength, Nebraska is probably bigger, faster, and stronger. Now you got to go out there and make everything that they potentially have been hearing or assume come to fruition. I've only watched them bits and pieces, but I did watch them last year. And this is last year against Colorado, and they were a pesky team. They were physical, competitive, somewhat basic on offense and defense, but they went out and tried to execute, up to their best ability. So, as both teams are preparing for each other right now, it's kind of like that Rocky Balboa against Ivan Drago. You're running through the snow and all that, and you're a month or 2 out, but you constantly, every time that you look in the mirror, you see Cincinnati. You're starting to think about them a little bit more as the days go by, hours go by, the meetings go by, and you start to focus in on Cincinnati, and Cincinnati start to focus in on Nebraska.
Yeah, it's that point where you start talking about how big the game is to the Bearcats. Out of the building, that to be chosen for a neutral site game kind of changes the focus and direction. Yes, coach on a hot seat, also his 3rd year. So the expectation that, listen, 5-7 is not good enough. You'll have to make some decisions. They're athletic on both sides of the ball. They've done a really good job in the transfer portal. They've been picking folks from Texas A&M, Baylor, Colorado State. So from a talent standpoint, it's not that big a deal. And they put pressure on the quarterback. Jay Foreman, they bring it from different places. They will bring you 7 fronts. They'll flex from 7 to 5, back up to 6. They'll bring outside space. Yeah, they get into a little trouble if you guess right and catch them in man coverage outside. You can do some work. That's the game that we have in play.
Yeah.
And Nebraska's ability to defend a quarterback that can do everything on the field required all the time, anytime. He can run, he can throw on the move. They like to keep it basic.
Yeah.
They will keep it close to the vest. You would imagine that if you just whoever wins the turnover battle has the advantage. Big plays, don't let a turnover flip the game, and then the crowd. And the fact that hopefully Nebraska has an advantage. You can put that quarterback in some difficult situations and make it difficult for them to communicate.
Yeah, and when you look at them right now, they, majority of the guys that they picked up in the transfer portal, now you don't know how good they are until you see them play, are in their you definitely, most of them are starters, and the other ones are, head and shoulders, and they're too deep. And then also the coach knows, which is smart, with his situation and with guys coming back, is that they have to be an old team to try to compete with a team like Nebraska. So they only have one sophomore or two sophomores, one on each side of the ball starting. And so what that means is you're going to have guys that are, you always, I think the best thing you could do as a player is you always respect your opponent. You always look at what they do well, but you never bow down to them and talk them up to a point that you think that you're looking up at them. You're looking at them, and then you're trying to beat them down. And then another important thing that you do, which should be like how you. I'm not big on motivation, being motivated, because I think the discipline is lasts longer than your motivation. Motivation is emotion. That's what everybody comes out of that tunnel. You're going to be motivated, but are you going to be disciplined enough? And are you going to be invested enough when I'm constantly punching you in your face?
Well, that's my biggest fear, is like it turns into how it could go south for me. It's like if it turns into that UCLA game. UCLA came to Memorial Stadium and they just sucked the air out of all the energy, and like we just gave the crowd no chance. And then it was, okay, well, there's no motivation left. You guys got to go and find it. And Nebraska just never did.
Right. Well, that's what you want to see, the different, the big difference. I mean, sure, they, got more talented in the portal, but that's the big thing. That's what I say it's a maturity year, right? Understanding you got to, I guess, create your own juice. But the biggest thing you need to do is, like, as you are going through I call it philosophy, both by the coaches and the team, and then you individually, is that you always assume and you prepare that you're going to get the best Brennan Sorsby. You're going to get the best Dante Corleone. So then, therefore, I'm never caught by surprise. And then the only people that are going to be caught by surprise is them, because I'm expecting your best shot. Matter of fact, I want to beat you with your best shot, because I don't want any discrepancies when this game's over after we beat you. You get on your bus and go home, and you understand there's no way we could have won this game.
Yeah, it's as you say, Jay, a death by a paper cuts offense, right? Yeah, and whether Nebraska can be disciplined enough to just do your job.
Right.
You don't have to be exceptional. Don't do anything out of the norm. Are you willing to stay disciplined? Jay Foreman, you gonna stay home? Farley, you gonna stay home? They're gonna give you a bunch of distractions, but quite frankly, they want to throw short out of the backfield, short outs. Are you disciplined enough to be in the right place, right time, make tackles, and then go handle your business?
This is a great. It's a game that's sometimes it's as hard as you make it, right? The game plan and what you expect from them, potentially, because there's no games played, is easy, right? You know exactly what they're going to do. You know their philosophy. It's almost kind of like Indiana. Indiana was beating people at just, okay, well, if we do RPO to this side, this guy kind of looks in, sucks in. Okay, we'll just throw it to the flat. Okay, you don't want to take the right angles. Boom. They have a little bit of that. The teams that played well against them last year did the basics phenomenally, right? So you go out there, it's keeping it in front of you. Don't take the cheese. Don't jump any under routes. Know the down and distance. Play the sticks. Understand the philosophy that they're trying to do. Make adjustments once you get into the second or third series, because you're going to understand. Number one, in the first 2 or 3 series, you're going to see, okay, you'll know how physical they are. You'll understand their speed and their cadence, when they like to get in and out of the huddle, plays coming from the sideline. And then you'll have a better idea on how they're trying to attack you on offense, defense, and special teams. Then you can really nestle in and get down to business. And then once you kind of withstand that and then inflict your will on them, then you just got to stay out of your own way and get in their way of being successful. And it's a learning experience, but then also it's a confidence builder as well.
They also do a really good job. The coaching staff is deep into film study and trying to get the personnel to mismatch with similar personnel.
Yeah.
They will run different, the same, they'll run 21 package out there, but then they'll line them up differently and see, well, wait a minute, do they panic? Can we get the young linebacker to get out of position? Can we muscle their middle linebacker? Can we get one-on-one with a linebacker and not have the run fit be the way it's supposed to be? Nebraska, as Jay said, Nebraska's better at some positions. Of the 22 positions, they're better at 18.
Yeah.
They're better at 18. Now, the problem is one of those ones where you got to talk about is a game changer in the middle defensively. If you can't handle the Godfather in the middle of the Cincinnati defense, it's going to change some things. Different pressure on Dillon.
Yeah. I mean, that's look, if you want to get a quarterback, I guess, off the schedule is you create pressure or blitzes up the middle. We've seen it. It doesn't matter who it is. You can go all the way back to Bart Starr or whoever, Johnny Unitas. You get pressure up the middle and you get him off, and you can change the cadence of how he's able to get into his reads. And then if you're getting pressure up the middle and Dante Corleone can play the run and the pass, and you're controlling the middle, then you can cause some problems just on that alone. Now, I think Justin Evans is probably looking his chops or possibly getting into the Remington conversation, or just in general. Let's take all those acts. Let's just stop that. So I got to stop that. Let's just say, if you're a competitor, you're going against a really good player. This is exactly what I want. This is why I'm here. I can control this game. And so I think, really this game just comes down to is, you can look at all the stuff, and, the one thing that they do, and this is where, we'll do Black Shirt Breakdown. We'll do Inside the Huddle. When you look at it, you have to look at the concept of what they're trying to do. Who's on the ball? Who's off the ball? Who's the move guy? How are they getting to the same play, same concept, just window dressing? Once you just understand the why, then they can do all that stuff, because you're going to know, all right, 2nd and 8, they're trying to, I got to play deep to short, and they're trying to get us to come up in the flat, or they're trying to make me jump the flat, throw it over, or they're trying to shift and the motion, shift one guy on the ball, off the ball. So then really, when they ran the same play out of that basic formation, they just got to the end formation just a different way. Once you really kind of understand that, and then you have to over communicate as a defense, both front to back and then side to side, and everybody's on the same page, then you'll see that defense in Nebraska stifle these guys, because Nebraska will be able to set the edge, win at the point of contact if they do everything right, and then really try to really not confuse this quarterback, get him off his kilter, because he had a good year last year, throwing the ball for almost 2,900 yards, I think 18, 19 touchdowns, 6 or 7 interceptions. But then he was able to almost have 500 yards rushing. That means he was essentially doing whatever he wanted when he wanted. Now they lost a 1,000-yard receiver, but he was able to create a lot of that by resetting the pocket. Because DP is, when you've been coaching, calling plays, a guy that can break, contain, right, and then throw on the run. Like, there's different running or quarterbacks that break, contain, and they're thinking the run. You actually want to play against them.
It's also when you break contain.
Yeah, if you do it late, that's the worst.
It is a problem. It is a problem. The patience of an aggressive quarterback who's able to be patient. I need to stand here and get you to commit to your job and your lane, and then the discipline part. If I can, if for a discipline, if I'm playing against Jay, I know Jay's going to be where he's supposed to be. Now I need to keep him there so I can work around him. Otherwise, I'm putting myself in a tough spot. Experienced defensive backs can do that against a running a dual threat quarterback. If you're the other side, what they like to do is to dare you to throw into space. They really believe they can cover. They figure they can run with you. But where Cincinnati will be vulnerable to Dylan Raiola is throw the green, take the green. If he's willing to be patient and catch them in those zone defenses, that man coverage, okay, fine. When they get in zone, go to work. Get your food, go eat.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you go back and you look at what Colorado was able to do against them last year, that's when they really started to take control of the game. It actually puts more pressure on Cincinnati's offense and on that quarterback to do something that he's not equipped to do. He's at his best if the game's close, because he's able to take more risk in running the ball. Making him drop back and beat Dylan, that's exactly what you want. So you want to get up by 9 points in 2-score game. So then therefore you can bring in the different packages and then eliminate his ability to break the pocket and get the off schedule first down in big runs, right? So it's going to come down to who's the first team to gain an advantage, keep the advantage, adjust, readjust, hammer the nail in the coffin. And, it's going to be games where they're going to make, look, these guys the guys from Cincinnati Look, Troy Evans was on here. He's one of my really good friends from the NFL, and he went to Cincinnati. Every single one of those guys felt like or feel like Ohio State turned their nose up at him. Notre Dame turned their nose
Nebraska
up at
too.
Nebraska too, but not as much. These guys that are on Cincinnati hate Ohio State, and in both Ohio State and Notre Dame turn their nose up at them. So these guys are playing with a little bit of an edge and a boulder on their shoulder based on that. So you got to understand these guys are going to come in and compete and have a chip on their shoulder. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's that initial motivation. But once you get past that, we got to play football. And if we play football better than them, the game, I won't say it would be easy. No game's ever easy, playing at this level or playing at the level that they're at. But it will be a game that you'll be able to control and be able to, okay, we earned that victory. Get on the bus, come home, on to the next.
I just want Nebraska to tackle. I want them to tackle. Don't miss tackles. Get them to the ground on first play. Right? Because they're going to challenge you. They're going to throw underneath you and get you to open field one-on-one, maybe one-on-two, get your compression check to see whether your balance is good. If Nebraska tackles, they're going to have a successful day. If they don't tackle, it's going to be tough.
I think that's a good point because I'm playing. Who's the quarterback? Illinois. He's back again.
Altmaier.
Yeah. Altmaier's back because he's just dual threat quarterback, and we couldn't get ahead early. And then to your point, Jay, he was just playing with his food at the end there. We had no answer for Altmaier. He was taking off, running whenever he wanted to. He was throwing it. We got us guessing completely. It felt like
the guys that can break contain. So if you look at Russell Wilson when he was at his best, that can break contain with the thought that they're going to throw, they are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even talking about Russell, but they are dangerous. The guys that generally break contain and they're running, well, then that's where the DBs and the fast linebackers can hawk him down and hit him. That's more hits on him. You want that. That's why Lamar Jackson is pretty much unstoppable when he's on his game now. He can drop back and pass it as a conventional quarterback. They can run the RPO stuff, and if you miss him or if he spins out, you in trouble.
Taking notes too.
So
taking notes,
right? See, and it's not just what happens. Let's say in the first couple series, it's okay. Just say for instance, right? Say he breaks contain and Jay Foreman's there, and I'm in a cover 4 drop, and I'm supposed to be taking the tight end, which is number 3, up the seam, or I needed to be underneath the bang 8, right? But I jumped out of the coverage or my responsibility immediately. Well, if I don't recognize that as a player and only are focused on that it worked out because DP or Harrison were able to hawk him down from a quarterback or from a defensive position, the guys upstairs are saying, oh, we can come back to that. That's where I think, you have to make sure that you know what you're doing. And I will tell you this is one of my favorite former teammates' son is starting for Cincinnati, Antoine Peak Jr. So he's going to compete. Antoine Peak just got into the Cincinnati Bearcats Hall of Fame, so his son is going to try to represent and put on for his dad. So there'll be a pesky unit, but I think Nebraska will be able to handle him. They have a good tight end in Royer. He had over 500 yards. They tried to make him into a little bit of a mini Travis Kelce or whatever you want to call it. Was effective against Colorado, was effective against other teams. Big kid, can catch, can run. So you have to take away their safety net, and then you got to try to, really, really hone in on what they're trying to do conceptually wise on the offense. Because I think if you really, really start off fast against this offense of Cincinnati, right, and don't let them kind of hang around, three or four first downs, and then you make them punt, deep and pin you back, and you're always kind of being on your heels. I think it bodes well for Nebraska's offense to be in advantageous positions with the weapons they have, and if they can stay on time and especially, ahead of the change. So
it to me is an opportunity to see who the Huskers actually are. We can speculate and look at it. We don't know what the lineups are going to be. We don't know what the preference is.
There's time for that. And
there's time for that. And then to figure out, you got to figure out what the scheme is, what percentage of run versus pass is going to be, when it's going to be those things, who are the features, what do you do if you have to rely on your number 3 tight end to be your best receiver? Like, what are you going to do?
On the bright side, the coaching staffs are so big. Like Nebraska's coaching staff in particular, you should have enough eyes on it to make those in-game adjustments. This coaching staff is huge, and all those coordinators are still around.
Plan on opening day until they get punched in the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Like that part, we don't know. And the same thing applies for Cincinnati.
No, but my point is you got enough heads to adjust once you get punched. You should. Ideally, with that many coaches on staff, and again, you kept Ed Foley, he's still there. Satterfield, he's still there. The only coordinator you lost was Tony White, but John Butler steps up in-house. Like, enough eyes.
Yeah, I think everybody has like a role. I mean, I can't speak for Nebraska, but I'm sure because they've been able to expand the staff.
Yeah, Phil Snow's in there.
Yeah, so somebody's up. I mean, somebody's up there watching. I mean, literally, like I'm saying, like, I've been a victim where you play linebacker and you don't make your own personal adjustments.
Yeah,
that okay, I got away with it this time. They have people up there specifically watching how you react to certain play concepts. That's how they're able to run different plays out of the same formations and create explosive plays. We talked about it on a whiteboard Wednesday. With the difference of being a running back, in college to the pros, where you got to get your, foot in the ground upfield. But we also talked about Cliff Kingsbury how they were able to beat Detroit, where they ran an RPO out of a bunch formation, came out in the same bunch formation, knew Detroit was going to go essentially all out blitz to stop the RPO because of the run.
Mm-hmm.
They ran essentially a smoke screen, and Scary Terry went up for game, breaking play. That's what that's what the game comes down to. I mean, if you think you're just going to roll out there and just Peter roll everybody, then you're just not really looking at it. The game is adjustments, how you react to the adjustments, and how you essentially understand, even if it works out for a positive. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here's an example before we go to break. I'm a defensive back going up against DP, right? He hits me with a double move. I somehow recover. He's got a 2-yard advantage on me. I can't, even though I know that the DBs will celebrate, right, because it was overthrown. I have to make sure that's in my data bank, that I understand that the double move is coming again.
Yeah, they saw you.
Or the sluggo, slant and go, or some sort of, post 7 cut. Something is coming because they know, and the player knows, because the communication, I got him or I can get him. And so as long as you keep that and then keep everything, the main thing, it'd be a nice little, I don't know if they're flying or driving back from Kansas City.
It's going to be a good night in Kansas City. I'm excited. I'm trying not to get too amped up until 27. I'm just trying to hold it down.
Yeah, it's a long ways away, but it's not, and that's where you're battling in camp. So anyways, that's a Cincinnati preview. Now we'll move over to the NFL. Ask DP's opinion on you weren't able to, or as of yesterday, smelling salts were banned. Now, if you bring your own, it's all good. Which I don't know if that passes through the security at TSA. We're going to see about that.
It just seems backwards. Like, bring your own. Seems like if we just have our own that's league accepted, that'd be the smarter route to go. But yeah, let's just have everybody bring their own.
Trust the athletes. Trust them.
Trust the athletes. That's always going to work out well. Anyways, Jay Foreman and DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's. 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
when only the best will do. Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. Second segment. Almost that time for NFL preseason to officially kick off. I know they had the Hall of Fame game last week, but that was just
not the same.
That was not. It was like a little scrimmage that you were able to see the Hall of Fame players. Now it is officially NFL preseason time. 3 games tonight
at a ballpark.
Yeah.
At a ballpark, I tell you.
Yeah, not a high school thing up there. The Hall of Fame game is pretty cool, but Ty Robinson is going to play tonight. Playing against it'd be a pretty good test because they're playing the Bengals, and the Bengals will have some depth, and Bengals are looking to bounce back with Coach Zach Taylor. DP Harrison, what are some of the things when we watch the game that you want to see from Ty in his first preseason game?
Oh man, reps. I don't want to see him jogging off the field on third down. I want to see him out there. I want to see him out there. Look, put some pressure on him to get some pressure on the quarterback, wherever it is. Get your run fits right. A lot of plays, a lot of reps. Don't give me the first down and then off the field thing. I want to see him out there and see the work being done. Everybody's going to try you. Everybody's going to try you. Look, I've been all hyped up watching this quarterback special, right?
With Joe Burrow,
and Kirk Cousins.
They dropped an SEC documentary on Netflix too.
Yeah,
really
good. So, can I say that thing made me love Kirk Cousins?
I like
more.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk, I apologize, man. Yeah. I apologize. I didn't know you were that guy. Like, he's just a good dude. Like, we think his weirdness is lame. Nope. He's just a good dude. Joe Burrow and his family. Jimmy, we've met Jimmy several times at Supernovas games, as a matter of fact. Part of ownership. Like, he shows up, so he's actually a part of that. Good family. Joe is way more cool than perceived.
He's eccentric, but he's just Joe.
Yeah, like he gets it.
Yeah,
like he gets it. He's like, wait a minute, I'm having a Super Bowl. I'm having an MVP year. My team's not having an MVP year.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna get it.
Right, like I'm not gonna get it, but that's okay. I'm still gonna ball. I'm still gonna compete. And then the same thing. Look, Jared Goff. We knew less about. Has there been a better quarterback that we know less about than Jared Goff? Like he's this
Him and Brock Purdy,
right? So tonight to see it in full, right? You're going to get organizations. One, you're in 3 really cool buildings tonight.
Yeah,
like you're at the Ravens Stadium, you're at the Eagle Stadium, you're at the Seahawks Stadium,
and you got teams doing different things at different times. You got to think, obviously, Cincinnati and Philly, they're set quarterback wise. Now, being a Super Bowl champion, it wasn't something I've never done, but it's probably a different preseason for them, right? Everybody trying to get back. The Philly's problem, or the biggest challenge they have, is getting guys back into reality and understanding what it's like to be the hunted versus the hunter. Then you have Cincinnati that's looking to get back after, in their mind, a record-breaking offense. And then you have the defense with Al Golden coming in, and a lot of the players that are still left over of a really good defense in the years past trying to get back right.
You're trying to get healthy.
You're trying to get healthy, trying to get paid. Cam Taylor-Britt trying to get paid. And then when you look at Seattle, right, and the Raiders, look at it. Okay, Pete Carroll is, even though they have a new coach, you still think of him.
It's still his friend. Like he ate at the same restaurant that he's eating at.
Right.
Like the new coach had to go somewhere else.
He
had to go somewhere else.
He's eating at the team dinner over there. Stopping by, seeing some of the players.
He's at the big table.
Yeah,
and the new head coach is sitting over
by
at the
himself.
Corner. Right.
So then you got to think he's the head coach of the Raiders now. Geno Smith started at Seattle. He's now with the Raiders, and now the Raiders have Sam Darnold. And obviously they drafted Jalen Milroe, and they are trying to reshape themselves as the second coming of the Legion of Boom because they're led defensively right now.
And on offense, they got they got Genty, right? I think that Raiders drafted Genty. Yeah.
They got the tight end from Georgia the year before.
Yeah,
Brock Bowers. They got Myers as the receiver, but they have Pete Carroll and he has the energy. They got Max Crosby.
Raiders are going to be fun.
Yeah, Raiders are going to be fun, and so is Seattle. So you got 3 different games, 3 different teams. Everybody's trying to,
and everybody looking at the Colts trying to figure out what y'all do.
and that's
what y'all Austin Orman, what y'all
the
doing?
Colts.
What y'all doing?
Listen, the Colts are dangerous for this reason only. If they can stay healthy and they can get the best version of Daniel Jones, the one that took the Giants to the playoffs, the AFC South is in some trouble. The Colts defense, their youth, and then the offensive line wasn't healthy with Jonathan Taylor. They have 2 or 3 receivers that are more than serviceable. But the problem is they want to play Anthony Richardson. And they keep going back to him. And he's keep giving him the same answer. I'm not ready. Then he makes one play in practice. Yes, you're ready. He said, no. I'm only able to do it. And so then you go in between Daniel Jones and that, and that's the biggest thing. It seems like of all the 6 teams playing tonight, they all either have an answer or a plan at the quarterback position. I think the Colts is the only team that does it.
I just trying to understand what the real is with the Colts. Like, are we flipping a coin for the starting quarterback position?
Okay, let me ask you this: who would you start?
We were Bach and I were talking about it earlier, and we were trying to say that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in order for you to, the best team in each conference generally is the guy who has the quarterback that resembles the coach's play the most, right? That in those spaces that Harbaugh has figured out how to manage Mr. Jackson, right? That, okay, we can put you in there and get the work done. Jalen Hurts fits Philadelphia. Brock Purdy has become the face of the 49ers. Mr. Daniels is DC. What do you say about the Colts? Like, what is the personality? Is it physicality? Are we the lunch pail kids, right? We're the hard hat kids. Who are you? Is the defense good enough for you just to get out of the way of whoever is playing quarterback for you?
I don't think the defense is that good. That's where I was saying, okay, but who, again, I'm going to go back to it. Who would you start? Anthony Richardson Sr. or Daniel Jones?
Danny Dimes.
No. Listen, I'm not a member of the Daniel Jones fan club. I'm just not. Look, I've seen that dude make plays that make my if I had a 10th grade quarterback make some of the decisions Daniel Jones made, I would have issue. I would have. Richardson is just, he's making the right decision. Sometimes the execution is bad. Daniel Jones, I don't understand the decisions. Tell me you're the best athlete on the field, and then you're constantly making the wrong decision. Constantly.
That's both of them. Both of them are that might be the most athletic number 1 and number 2 quarterback, but both of them make the most bonehead plays.
Yeah, I don't feel great about either. With Richardson, how many tries do I want to give you?
Yeah, well, he's still young. I guess if I had to choose, if it's close, you go with Richardson.
If it's close, but if it's bad summer.
I think also, if you start Richardson, you really kind of start him off, like, even with him. And this is the way it should be. You talked about the head coach. The head coach, Coach Jalen Hurts, when he pretty much took the Kansas City Chiefs to the brink of destruction all by himself. So you should be really having a better offense because you have 3 quarterbacks, including Riley Leonard, that all kind of somewhat mirror the same skill set on the surface.
So I'm looking at, and you can look at several ranking services for quarterbacks, and it's all over the place. It's all over the place. That I'm looking at this one. So the very first one that brings up, and it's changed. That of course the top quarterback in the division is CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
That Stroud is there. Then it becomes Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward, Anthony Richardson. Yes. And in any order that those last 3 could go from 4th to 2nd or 2nd to 4th with the flip of a coin. And then, oh, by the way, the guy that came in because he had the job, he was handed a starting job in the NFL, handed it, and failed magnificently, brilliantly. Now, is he Trent Dilfer?
Daniel Jones?
Is he Trent Dilfer, or is he
Alex Smith? No,
I would not offend Alex Smith.
I take that back.
I would not offend him.
Alex Smith was good. He's getting to the playoffs.
Is he
Johnson? Jay Fiedler?
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky?
Truth.
No, not that bad. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. No, he's a Duke quarterback, for crying out loud. What are we like? What are we?
But he's won a playoff game. He's won. He's
Did
won.
he really win it?
He played well that year. He played. I'm gonna give him his just due. He played really well that year.
That's got to be the worst division in terms of
quarterbacks. And I will say this: when he was with the Giants, they gave him no help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they had no line, no receivers, no anything. So, I mean, I just think
do the Colts have better receivers? They have the better running back, which gives me hope that currently, if they ride with Taylor, it's not going to matter who their quarterback is.
Yeah,
because he can run and be effective out of the backfield. He'll make the tight end better. He'll make the receivers better if you're going to use him. If he's hurt, it doesn't matter who plays quarterback for them.
I agree 100% on that.
Yeah, I think they have a chance, but that quarterback room, man.
And Richardson's starting tonight, but here's
the thing.
Like, I love that your starting quarterback has to start game one of preseason.
At some point in time, though, you might have to make a power move. And I know this might not happen. And we talked about the QB1. Look, if Daniel Jones doesn't take the position, and Anthony Richardson either gets hurt or plays not up to snuff, and you see, I know they like their wide receiver room because you got Michael Pittman Jr., you got Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, and then you got Mitchell, from Texas. That's a really good young receiving core. Then you got Tyler Warren along with Mo Alley Cox as far as and Drew Ogletree, the tight end in the offensive line is physical, right?
Oh, I forgot they drafted Warren.
Right. So here's the deal. I'll call Atlanta and just say we'll take Kirk Cousins. You take Anthony Richardson. He can be your backup to Michael Penix Jr. Daniel Jones, you got to deal with it. And then now we're trying to make Riley Leonard into a better version of Daniel Jones, and we're right off of there because then.
But why not do that? Why not do that before
because the GM that whoever drafted Anthony Richardson. Here's the thing that people don't understand about the NFL. A GM will ruin a team's chances to make noise because I think the Houston Texans are vulnerable based on if their offensive line doesn't. They got rid of the best offensive tackle in the league.
Yes, sir.
And then, or one of them. I would never disrespect Trent Williams, but a GM will essentially ruin a team's chances and put a lot of guys' careers at stake and the ability to extend your career. Because if you make the playoffs, it does add on. You just go to another echelon as far as a player. For the simple fact that they don't want to be proven wrong until they absolutely have to admit it. They will force a player or a situation until they can find a viable excuse so they don't get fired in order to do it. The reason why Kirk Cousins is still with the Atlanta Falcons is so homeboy can keep his job. You trade Kirk Cousins and he goes somewhere and plays good, and Michael Penix Jr. doesn't play well or gets hurt, who do you think is getting fired?
But do they accept and fully acknowledge that Kurt's downfall last year was that he played hurt? He played beat up, super beat up.
No. Here's what they did. If they did, well, first of all, if they did, they wouldn't just have given Michael Penix to start.
Well, they didn't have a choice. That quarterback thing went in and it showed.
No. I'm talking about this offseason.
Okay.
They would have recognized it and said we have a QB battle.
Well, I thought that's why they didn't get rid of him.
No, they didn't get rid of him because homeboy says, I got to keep my job. And then they weren't getting what they wanted. So we'll just keep him until Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones do exactly what we've seen them do.
If Penix is not good, and they like Penix.
They do.
They like Penix.
Of course.
But Penix is not good. It is a nightmare situation for bro down in Atlanta.
Well,
that's going to be terrible.
Here's the thing. People will look at him. Raheem Morris is win-loss, right? Okay. He didn't pick. He obviously okayed Kirk Cousins. That was in free agency. So that's his first pick. Well, then, yes, he was in the conversation with Michael Penix. Well, if it doesn't work out, think about this. He's gone, or the GM's gone, the assistant GM's gone, the head coach is gone. And then everybody's talking about, this. They're looking at his win-loss record. They're not looking at what led up to it. Because they got a young athletic team and have some pieces there. And they were playing pretty good at times. So, I mean, people always look at obviously I've experienced it. It's just that it was like when I talk about Houston Texans, they didn't bring in a veteran for David Carr. And you're like, oh, well, this dude ain't no good. Well, he doesn't know how to be a pro yet. And the two guys that were supposed to protect him are on the sidelines with golf shirts on and never played. Never. Harrison? Not that they were hurt at the beginning of the year. They never played. Do you understand me? Tony Baselli practiced one time during the bye week, and Tony's a good dude. And they were Dom Capers like, look, I know your one arm is we're gonna put you at right tackle. Played. John Clayton, rest in peace, had a big story on ESPN. Tony Baselli, I was like that. He said that if he played right tackle, would have hurt himself making to the Hall of Fame. I'm done.
It's the space, man. It's going to be interesting. That's all.
And David Carr commenced to get sacked 82 times in one season. Anyway, we won't talk about that. We're going to take a quick break, come back, put a bow on this Thursday. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Short segment, Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. A lot going on today. Preseason is 36 minutes away from us, kickoff. And then, actually, no, we have a game at 6, so it's about 6 minutes away, and football season is upon us. So now the weeks will go by faster, and so the excitement should start to amp up here day in and day out.
Don, I got an answer for you. Don asked you, Jay, when are we getting treated to a breakdown for the Lincoln High School football teams?
We'll do that in the next coming weeks. We'll look at the first game that we'll do, and then we'll do it statewide. We'll go top 10, and then we'll go the next 8 teams. But, yeah, Lincoln teams are going to be more competitive, I think, as a whole than people give them credit for, and it'll be an interesting year. I think, when you're in Lincoln, you play you think about state championship, but I think that winning the Lincoln championship is obviously a big deal, and it's going to be pretty competitive. Just like every sport, I think it's going to be really, really competitive within your own city lines or whatever city lines, which hopefully will allow you to, depending on the matchup, to be more effective when you get in the playoffs. So it is coming.
Looking forward to it. Good, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be on games, and I always tell the kids this. I know you guys have been taking your supplements to make sure your arms look big, but the first game is always the hottest, and because it's at 4:30, and then they have another one at 7 or at 8 o'clock. Make sure you don't get out there and cramp up by the second quarter.
What did your coaches do in high school for you? What was your fix for the cramps?
I'm from Virginia. We did pickle juice, bro.
Pickle juice and salt pills.
You want to know something monster move that our defensive coordinator did? Mustard packets. Gotta be the worst way to go about fixing cramps. He'd make you eat mustard packets.
Oh no!
Thank the Lord it never cramped.
No, but bananas and like potassium.
Yeah,
like we had shout out Marshall Cato, Coach Marshall Cato, and then Coach Reggie Harrison. Reggie Harrison said what the Steelers did because he was part of the Steelers crew, and it was Ernie Holmes. Who was the first one to bring pickle juice and say, this is how we're going to beat cramps. Get that Gatorade stuff. That country boy brought him and Dirk Winston brought in pickle juice, and then Reggie Harrison shared it with us at high school.
Pickle juice is a better move.
Yeah,
pickle juice, what we did, and then the salt pills, and then make sure you hydrate.
Mustard packets.
Hydration situation. So appreciate you listening. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll holler at you tomorrow.